I'm Nick Altmeyer at linkinglewiscounty.com. We're here this afternoon with Jeremiah Papanaugh, who is the chairman of the Cream Cheese Committee Festival, and we're here to talk about the Cream Cheese Festival, which is celebrating its 15th year this Saturday, and that's September 21st.
That's
so
right.
What's going on here on Saturday, Jeremiah?
A lot of the fun that people have become used to every year, Nick. We've got all sorts of things between bands, we've got games, we've got vendors, tons of vendors, all sorts of fun stuff that day. And of course, cream cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
And great food.
Yeah, tons of great food with our local vendors, and we've got stuff. The Fire Hall does something every year too as well. So yeah, and the Legion, of course. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So there'll be two stages of music. So you'll have music right out on the main street here,
yes.
and then there'll be music over at the Legion as well. There's a stage behind the Legion.
That's right. Our good friend and committee member Jason Griffin organizes the entertainment for both stages, and we got a great lineup. So it's all that's on our website, of course, so people can check that out and see who we got this year.
Okay. And the festival runs from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. with the opening ceremonies at noon.
That's correct. Yep, opening ceremonies at noon, and we do the official cutting of the cream cheese cheesecake there. So that's awesome. That happens at the Fire Hall parking lot. So we'll have the ceremony, the posting of the colors, the national anthem, and all that. Then we'll cut to the cheesecake, and then we're open. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And so there's something different with the cheesecake this year. Did you want to explain a little bit about that for
that's
people?
a little neat. Yeah, our friends at Kraft Heinz, who always produce and donate the cheesecake for the day, they're actually doing a quarter of the cheesecake will actually be a chocolate hazelnut. Okay. So if people, obviously the cheesecake's great every year, but if people want to try a little bit of different, different style of the cheesecake, that's something to look forward to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a quart of it will be a special flavor, and then the rest of it will still be the traditional flavor.
Exactly. And we always, urge people to get here as soon as you possibly can. Obviously, the festival opens up at 11, and the ceremony happens at noon. But if you can get lined up as soon as you can, it goes quick, and that's the toughest part. It's like they can only make so much, and you can only have so much for free. So it's one of those things where definitely, if you want a piece of the cheesecake, get there early. So,
and I think we're still in the Guinness Book of World Records for our cheesecake in 2013 for the largest.
Yeah, we were the one in 2013. I have heard word that there was another plant that may have beaten our record. Okay. So if that's the case, we're going to probably have to come after them eventually. So
okay, perfect. So other things going on throughout the day. You guys always have the Children's Discovery Park, and that's right over in Veterans Memorial Park. So did you want to talk a little bit about what goes on in there?
Yeah, definitely. We have a bunch of inflatables from Adventures in Climbing, and a great outfit out of Ontario, New York. They bring a whole bunch of stuff for us there that day, and our committee member, chairman of that portion, Woody Hoffman, does a great job of organizing all those people there. We have all sorts of stuff, including a petting zoo as well. We have Tug Hill Tomorrow Land Trust will actually be here this year. They're going to have activities as well. All sorts of things that go on that day, and that's the only portion of the festival that has any admission cost, and that's just $5 per person.
And that's for all day, so they can get here at 11 and spend the whole day in the Children's Park for the $5.
That's correct. Yeah, they get marked for that day, and then we know that they're in, so they can go back and forth as they please.
Okay, perfect. And then obviously we kind of closed off this section of downtown Lowville. So right here from the Four Corners all the way up to, is it Boswick Street?
Yeah, it goes all the way up to Boswick Street as far as being closed off. The festival itself ends at Waters Terrace, but we had that section closed off there just because obviously we want to have detours appropriately marked, which we've been working, and we have to give a huge shout out to the village and to the town of Lowville, and also the state for working together to help us with the barricades, and the DOT will have digital signboards out on the highways there so people know traffic, slow down ahead here, festival approaching. So
okay.
Yeah.
And then so obviously most of the businesses here in downtown are also open that day.
Yes.
So people can stop in, and not only is the festival going on, but you can stop in and browse some of the local businesses as well.
Absolutely. And while we have so many vendors that come from all over, and we have a lot of local vendors, we also want to emphasize the fact that the local businesses are here. Many of them are open that day, so we encourage them to check, and we encourage everybody who's attending the festival to check out the different shops that are open that day. Check out the eateries. I mean, because you can make a day of this whole thing. You can make a weekend of this if you really want to, and check out all the stuff here in Lewis County, because as you know, and you report on, we have quite a bit here to offer. So it's great to be able to share it, not with just ourselves, but with other people who are from out of the area too.
Okay. And that kind of leads to the fact that I know, this is a very large festival, and, for a town the size of Lowville, I mean, there's there's years I remember 10, 15,000 people coming for this festival. So that gets into the next subject, which is parking.
Yes.
So we do have parking available at the Tops parking lot.
Yes.
And then at the fairgrounds as well.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Both locations. We have shuttle buses, courtesy of our friends at Lewis County Public Transportation and Bernie Bus, and that will be busing on a regular schedule there. You park at either one of those parking lots, and it's just $1 to ride the bus, and we'll bring you right down here. The shuttle from Tops comes right down here and drops you off at near the corner of North State and Shady, and the other one drops you off just by the school there.
So no matter if you're coming from the north or the south, there's a parking lot to have access to, so you can get shuttled up here for the festival.
Yeah, and check out our website for the parking lot information. There's other smaller spots as well by the courthouse and the library as well too for handicap accessible parking, because we do know that we need to accommodate everybody, and we want to make sure that everybody has a good time at the festival. So we make as much parking available as possible, and obviously there are people who will park on the streets as well too. So there are spots on streets that might be available. So just obey all traffic rules as best you can, and just fair warning that it will be a busy day that day. So plan ahead and plan early.
Okay. And I know that you and your committee put a lot of time and effort into this festival every year, and you guys are all volunteers.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that go on behind the scenes that you guys have to tackle on a yearly basis?
A lot of hair pulling. I had a lot more hair before we. No. It's really it's great because the group of volunteers that we have, and we get new ones every year, and they help out, and it's great. Everybody kind of takes a piece of the event, mm-hmm. and it's like that whole adage of many hands make light work. That's the way it is with our volunteers. Everybody has a portion that they can do, and it just makes it so much easier. So we have to do a huge shout out for all the volunteers who help out with that, and not just the ones that are on the committee throughout the year, but the ones who show up the day of, mm-hmm. or reach out to us in advance and hey, I have a class and I need to get community service hours. Can I help out? Or the ones who just say, hey, you know what? I heard about the festival. I've been to it before. I'd love to help out. Mm-hmm. What can I do? Those people, they're amazing. They just jump out of nowhere and help out. And we also have a huge shout out to, we have a lot of soldiers from Fort Drum's 10th Mountain Division, and that's arranged courtesy of our good friend and committee member Lee Hinkleman over here at the American Legion. And we will have soldiers who are helping us out just as they did last year, which is a huge help. And it's great to see the interaction between the soldiers and the civilians in the community, because that's really what the whole program is all about too when it comes to the Legion and getting the soldiers to work with the community.
For sure. And then as far as a lot of resources go into putting on the festival as well. So I know you guys have some major sponsors, and yes. Is there anyone that you would like to recognize as far as being able to put the festival together from a financial aspect?
Yeah, for sure. We have so many sponsors, and you can check them out on our website. I'd hate to miss anybody, but every year we've had constant support from Mark's Farms. We've had constant support from 7 News, Fox 28, MeTV. We've had lots of help, obviously, from the Village of Lowville, from just everybody. Kraft Heinz, of course. That's a big thing to put together. The cheesecake. They procure the items for our store at the festival that day, so the items we sell can be beneficial to the festival to continue its operation year after year. Mm-hmm. So many others that are on there. So I encourage you, check out who's on our website as far as our sponsors go, and please, if you see them, you patronize their businesses, stop in, talk to them, and say thank you very much, because we couldn't do it without the support of not only the volunteers, but we need the support of those people who could sponsor as well too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as, we talked about there's a lot of activities for the day, but I don't think we've really touched on, and a lot of people here in Lowville understand the reason for the Cream Cheese Festival, but why do we celebrate the Cream Cheese Festival here in Lowville?
Yeah, and that's the big thing. It's all about, it initially started all about the fact that, back then Kraft Foods, now Kraft Heinz, is one of our largest employers in the county. And pretty much everybody knows somebody who works or has worked at Kraft. So it's kind of an homage to them, to having that ability to be an economic driving force in our community. So it's really important that it started as that, but it's kind of just grown into just a celebration of everything that's great in the community. And you've seen it, you come to it, you cover it. There's so many people that show up, they have a good time, and that's what it's all about. It's putting politics aside and all sorts of stuff like that. Everybody just comes down to the festival and has a good day, and just listen to some great music, eat some great food, buy some great stuff from the vendors. That's just a fun day. But yeah, that's how it started, and it continues to this day to that.
Perfect. Yeah. So on a personal level, what's your favorite part of the festival?
Oh, geez.
And don't say when it's over.
Well, that you took my answer there, because there's a lot that goes into it. So you do breathe a sigh of relief when it's over with. But honestly, I think I think the favorite part for me is when I can have that moment in the day when you have a second to look at everybody having a good time. Uh-huh. There's just like this feeling that's, so that's and that's what we encourage volunteers. So this is a plea to volunteers. You really feel great when you actually see people having a good time and enjoying what your committee has worked really hard to put on.
Right.
That makes you just feel amazing. So, and it's nice, and we've heard like with Lewis County Economic Development, they've touted the Cream Cheese Festival as something to come to, one of the draws for the community. So we really love the fact that we can be an asset to the community and really kind of celebrate Lewis County.
All right, perfect. So just to recap for everybody, the Cream Cheese Festival is going to be right here in downtown Lowville on Saturday, September 21st, and it's from 11 to 6 officially, with the opening ceremony starting at noon, and then all kinds of activities, vendors, games, cream cheese themed games. So you have
there's a lot of cream cheese.
A cream cheese eating contest.
All sorts of cream
games.
cheese toss. Donna Smith and Tony Adson, who work on that committee, do an absolutely amazing job just putting stuff together. And the imaginations that they have, they know no bounds at all. So yeah, it's great.
Perfect. And food and you name it.
Yeah,
so come on down here to downtown Lowville for the 15th annual Cream Cheese Festival, and that's on Saturday, September 21st. Thanks for your time, Jeremiah. Did you have anything else to add as we close?
We just hope you come and have a good time. Check us out on Facebook, find us on the web, and we'll be glad to see you.
And that's creamcheesefestival.com.
That's right.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.